In today's video, I'm going to be showing you BMW owners 3 of the best code scanners that you can buy for your BMW that'll save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars at a dealership or a shop. So let's go ahead and get straight into the video. And so how we're going to break this video down is I'm going to show you 3 code scanners I think all BMW owners need. So we're going to start off showing you the cheapest, the middle priced one, and then the most expensive, the one that's fueled with all the technology and it's basically top of the line. So let's go ahead and let's get into the cheapest. I'm going to show you which code scanner you can buy for only $100 that could do anything that a dealership could do. So here we have the Ancel BM700. And now with this code scanner only coming in at $100, it's an absolute steal of a price. You could basically do anything that a dealership level scanner could do at only a fraction of the price point. So if we come around the back, we can see CBS reset, battery management, fuel pump control, read and clear fault codes, evap testing. We could do anything a regular scanner could do, but also more. So for $100, that's a great value. Now, something that I noticed right off the bat is the packaging's not amazing. I would like to see something I spend a little bit more money on, maybe packaged better. We can see here, there's already kind of a little tear on the plastic packaging. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. I would like to see maybe a protective case on it or something of the sort. Now, we'll note when I was on Amazon and adding this to cart, they do actually give you a free protective case and another 20-pin adapter. You just have to add it to cart and they'll send it out to you for free. It doesn't come in this package. They basically throw it in once they see that you're buying this, but I would still like to see the packaging a little bit better. Not a huge fan of just the plastic. So let's go ahead, open it up. So we should just be able to pop open the seam here. And here's the scanner itself. And now it does come with a very handy user manual here. I'm sure that'll show you all the ins and outs on how to use this thing. But I've used a million code scanners before, not too concerned. I'm pretty sure I'll know how to operate this. And now taking a look at this scanner straight out of the box, it seems to be pretty good build quality overall. It's just like really tough plastic. It has this rubberized coating, so if you drop it around, it should be safe. Something I did notice off the bat is it does not have a screen protector on it. That would be a very, very nice addition because as we know as car guys, the screen of these things is always getting dinged up, and I don't like the idea of the screen being bare and open to scratches. I mean, it looks like it's in brand new shape straight out of the box, so not too worrisome, but I would really like to see some sort of screen protector on it. That way in the future, when it gets all dinged up, you could just peel it off and have a brand new screen again. So that in itself is a little irking, but overall it feels pretty heavy. The build quality feels good. Doesn't feel like anything absolutely spectacular, but it's like a very tough plastic material. And the rubber coating on the outside is very, very handy because it basically has a built-in, like an OtterBox case almost built onto it. So I do like that. I'd say for $100, the build quality is what I'd expect. It's actually really good. It's not bad by any means. It's better than most of the code scanners you would find out there at like AutoZone or O'Reilly's or anything like that. So now the 20-pin connector as well seems to be good quality. None of the pins are bent out of the box, so that is always a good sign. So yeah, let's go ahead and plug this thing up to my BMW. So it did actually turn on immediately. It was basically instantaneous as soon as I plugged it in. The screen powered on, so I do like to see that. Usually, a lot of these scanners have a little load bar, and it takes a while for them to actually power on. But this thing came on immediately, so that's pretty good. It's telling of a good processor. Oh, so we got some beeps coming out when we interact with it. Let's see, maybe we could turn that off. Yeah, beeper. We're going to go ahead and turn that off because that's utterly annoying. But let's go ahead and go back. Ooh, that's a nice little animation, actually. I actually kind of like that. It reminds me of like the Nintendo DS's or like the old school Nintendo products. Like when you were playing like Super Mario and they did like a cool load screen, it'd be like, but let's go ahead and let it read all of our systems. Disregard or it says fail. Probably just can't communicate to a system. Maybe it's a different type of BMW. All right, so there we go. So on my BMW specifically, we have 3 codes that are populating, which I'm sure I already know what they are. But yeah, let's go ahead and hit OK. So we can see it reads every type of manufacturer code. And basically what a manufacturer code is it's a code on your BMW, like let's say a check engine code that's specific to BMWs. or whatever other company. And so overall, the user interface is pretty simple. We can see we have our little directional pad here to navigate, our OK button, we have an escape key, an IM, and then we have a read DTC code, so that's good as well. But overall, everything seems pretty streamlined and easy. You can get straight into all of your codes, erasing codes. You can look at your data stream. And so basically what data stream is, it's going to show you all your different percentiles, etc. So it's going to show you your vehicle speed, your fuel trims, your RPMs, your mass airflow rate, like the rate of air basically that your mass airflow sensor is picking up on, your actual throttle position. It's going to show you all of the nitty-gritty of your BMW systems. And this is something a regular old like O'Reilly's code scanner would not be able to do. So that's pretty great. For $100, I mean, it's a great value and it can do so much. So let's go ahead and go back. And so that was just our OBD2. If we hop over to BMW, now this is where we can get into all of our BMW's diagnostics. So we can actually diagnose everything, your camshaft, your timing, like you can get into the nitty gritty of everything. So BMW series, hit OK. Yes, we have a 3 series. So now here we can see our scanner lets us select our chassis. And so we start off at E30 and it goes all the way up to, it goes up to the G series, so the brand new ones. So that's pretty great. All the way from the G series, all the way down to the E30s, this scanner works for us. So that's pretty tight. So let's go ahead, hit E90. So now if we go into basic functions located right here at the top, we can see we can do a whole system scan. And what system scan will do is it'll scan every single system within your BMW and let you know if there's any fault systems at all. So I have the door open. That's why it shows I have a car access system fault because the door is open on my BMW. But we can see it goes through everything, every little system, and tells you the status of it. So, okay, is it bad? What interface is it working with? So our special functions are going to be like if we're programming a new battery, if we're checking transmission control, electronic parking brake, CBS, which is like your intervals. So our special functions are going to be like if we're programming a new battery, if we're checking transmission control, electronic parking brake, CAS reset, steering angle learning, clear adaptations, our ABS module. So now if we go into engine control module, I'll go ahead and show you this. You can read all your data streams and you can see everything, your motor operating values, your Vanos, your oxygen sensors, your Valvetronic. So you can see your exact temperatures of everything. So view all items. So your engine oil level, your engine oil temperature, your coolant temperature, your radiator temperature, car's transmission temperature, your throttle, your accelerator. You can read every single value within your BMW, your battery voltage. This is all super, super important information when it comes down to troubleshooting your BMW. Because if you're wondering, why does my battery keep dying? So this code scanner is pretty great. I think it's an absolute great value. The controls are super easy. It's very, very fast, which is the crazy thing I did not expect. As soon as you hit OK, it's already there. And so coming out of all of our specific BMW functions, we can do oil resets, BMS resets. We can do battery tests. So we can check the status of our battery, program a new one if we decide to put a different size in here. We can do our electronic parking brake reset. We can mess with basically everything on our BMW. And oh, look at that. We can even adjust. You can adjust the theme also. Instructions, display at startup, unit of measurements. So we can do metric or imperial. So, are you going to mess with gallons? Or are you going to mess with liters? You can do Fahrenheit or Celsius. And then languages, we can see we have English, Dutch, French, Spanish. No idea what that is. I want to say Russian, Portuguese, Somalian? I don't know. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Maybe Nordic. Don't know what that is. But we have all in total 10 different languages to select from. So basically, no matter where you are throughout the globe, you may be able to use this scanner. And now something I noticed that I wasn't a huge fan of is where it connects to on the car here is pretty loose. I mean, we can see it actually wiggles around and it's fully installed, fully secured in, but it wiggles around. None of my other scanners have ever done that. So that's kind of crazy. And the pins all look in normal order, but that's probably the only downside of this scanner, maybe being at that $100 price point. This little pin set here doesn't hold great. That's the only qualm I've noticed with this scanner so far. So yeah, guys, overall, it's a great value. There's a couple little quirks, obviously. I wish this held in place a bit tighter, but overall, for $100, you can't complain. I would highly recommend this Ancel BM700. So yeah, I'll have a link down below where you can get yours. Let's go ahead and get into the next scanner. So now the Foxwell NT510 has been my absolute go-to on this BMW for years. And so it comes with this very nice little sleek carrying case that I really enjoy. Pulling this out of the packaging, it looks basically very, very similar to the Ancel scanner that we just showed you. So holding the two side by side, basically very similar dimensions. They both are going to have a USB port at the bottom. One's going to be micro USB, one's going to be USB mini. But besides that, they're pretty similar dimensions. I think the Foxwell has a little bit of a bigger screen. They both have this rubberized coating over them. Something I will say is the Foxwell is supremely lighter. It feels absolutely light in the hand. You can hold it with a few fingers, as to where the other scanner was a little heavier. But now let's go ahead and go over the differences between the Foxwell scanner. Overall, it is very similar in a lot of ways. We have this hard rubberized coating. It's the color orange, and it has more buttons. I prefer this interface because it actually is more seamless. Your arrows are bigger and right in front of you. You have function keys as well. You have a button that says enter, a button that says back, a button that says help. And I've personally never found out what this red button's for, but I guess we can find out right now. So now something that makes the Foxwell really stand out is this isn't only for BMW. You notice that there's a little slot here that's actually for a memory card. What we can go ahead and do is actually download any car's software, whether it's BMW or Volvo or Porsche or Ford. We can download that software onto this memory card, plug it up, and then from there, you can basically use this on any of those models. So from the factory, I purchased the BMW one. So that means this will have all the BMW software that you need to check all of your systems and etc. on your E90, E92, F80, no matter the model. So let's go ahead, plug this up as well. Now something I noticed off the bat is this is a bit tighter. It looks loose, I know it does, but when I'm pulling it, it's not coming off. I actually have to put out some force. And I've had this thing a couple years, so we can see at the pins, you know, we have a couple that are a little bent, but I've had this thing for years now, and it feels tighter than the other scanner did, and this is a lot older. So now heading into the software, you can see you have a white background, very simple white on blue, and now starting off, we have vehicle history, OBD2, and then we have all of our BMW software, just like the other scanner, our settings. And so now here we have an update tab. So this is where you'd actually pull out the memory card here. You'd pop it into a computer, download the update, and then put it back in this scanner, and you can update the software for years to come. So that is a big, big advantage of this Foxwell. I don't believe you could do that on the other Ancel unit we just reviewed. And so now first impressions on build quality is it feels really good, but it's extremely lightweight. Way lighter than the other scanner, actually. I can hold this thing up with only a couple fingers. Coming around the side of it, we can see it has a USB mini at the bottom. I don't like that because USB minis are not super common to find, you know, in stores nowadays. This is a more hard plastic, you know, rubberized material, so it's a little harder than the other rubber, and that makes it really form to the scanner. You have to really peel it off, but feels pretty good overall. Build quality is good. Memory card slot on the side, and very, very, very lightweight. And now there's not going to be too much differences between this scanner and the other one I just showed you in terms of what it can do. You're going to have all of your same OBD2 functions, but you're going to have all of your BMW stuff located right here in this tab as well. So you're going to have all the same access that you had on the other scanner, but the real advantage I would definitely say when it comes to Foxwell is they've been around a while, and a lot of people have bought from them. So I would definitely trust their reliability long term. And it's kind of funny because this scanner is a little bit more expensive coming in at that $180 price point, but I feel like it's actually a little bit slower. Like it processes things slower. If you're in the middle of a menu such as this, reading VIN number, and you start hitting that back button, it's not going to bring you back. It's going to stay exactly where it's at and kind of freeze out. You're going to have to wait for it to compute. So we can see here, you can manually put in your VIN number or it'll automatically read it. But overall, you can do so much on this scanner. It saved me thousands and thousands of dollars. But the thing about it is, to me, I feel like it functions a little bit slower than the cheaper $100 Ancel scanner. And there, like I said, there's not too many differences between the two, but I do prefer the Foxwell's buttons. I like this layout better. It seems more direct. I don't like how the directional keys here are kind of off-centered to the right side, and then you only have, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8 keys to interact with instead of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 over here. The Ancel was moving at quicker speeds than the Foxwell did, and the NT510 comes in at about $200 after tax, so it's kind of crazy that this is only $100 and it outperformed it in basically every metric. As soon as I plugged it in, it immediately fired up on the screen, and I was able to interact and shift between menus with ease. So for $100, yeah, I would put this in first place for now. I do prefer the Foxwell NT510 software though. I like this better. It looks cleaner, more OEM. Something I noticed was the rubberized coating on the Foxwell seems a little bit higher quality. It seems like a plastic rubber, and because of that, it has this matte frosted finish. It doesn't attract lint. It's almost like a very hard protective, like OtterBox type case. On the Ancel scanner, it's a more traditional rubber. You can see it attracts lint here. And the bad thing about rubber is after multiple times of peeling it off, so if you keep pulling this thing back over and over and over, it's going to lose that kind of elastic, finish it has that grips right back. And it's going to start to develop saggy spots. And it's attracting a lot of lint, which I don't really like, but it is technically grippier. So it's like, do you want more grip with like cheaper material, or somehow less grip? It's like smooth, but it feels higher quality. So for $200, I would say basically what you're getting is the brand recognition, the quality that comes with Foxwell. You're getting more surface area here to interact with. And on top of that, you're getting the ability to download different types of software using a memory card. And that's pretty big because, yeah, you pay $200 for the scanner, but then you pay $10, $20 and you could download all of Ford's stuff. Then diagnose any Ford or any, Chevy or any Porsche or any Audi or any Mercedes. And that overall puts the Foxwell at a great value because you don't have to go and buy an entirely new scanner, which here I don't see any way to plug in to download more memory onto. So for that reason, I would say if you just need a code scanner that's going to be good for your BMW for the time being, sure, go ahead and grab the Ancel. But if you need something that you want for the very long term and you might throw it around and you want something you could trust, something you could update the software on, something you can, download new software onto, I would definitely say the Foxwell is the go-to here and would be worth the price for that reason. So now our final code scanner we're going to be going over is the Launch Reader Elite 2.0. And this thing's coming in at about $200. Actually about the same exact price as that Foxwell scanner I just showed you. And so now this right off the bat, I absolutely love. I love a well-packaged product, and I love a product that shows you exactly what it can do right off the get-go. We can see here OBD2. I don't know what mall means. I think there's a little app store on here. That would actually be really cool. Graphing, check all the graphs, reports, DTC codes, multilingual. And look at that, the option to upgrade the software so you can update this. So that's already very, very nice. And then on the back, we have all the different operating temperatures, showing you, hey, make sure you keep this thing out of these temperatures, etc. And overall, it feels really good in the hand. It has some nice weight to it. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. All right, guys, it says do not eat, throw it away. So here you guys go. Go ahead. But now pulling this out, I already enjoy this a million times more. We do have some touch function keys, so that's kind of nice. So these are like little touchscreen keys. I would love to see a whole edge-to-edge screen. That'd be pretty cool. But let's go ahead and finish unwrapping this. And I do like to see that the cable is actually separate from the reader itself, because in the future, the cable is actually going to be the most prone thing to break because the pins and etc. So the fact that we can just buy a new cable and not need to get a whole new scanner, that's actually really smart on their part. I don't know if that's intentional, but yeah, always make it so you can just replace this, because this is what's going to usually break. It's never really going to be the scanner itself. So now here we have a little launch brand name. Ooh, nice little cap. Overall, I do really like the build quality of this thing. I hope it's promising. I hope it clicks into place. And here we are. I actually really like the way this thing feels. It has a rubberized coating to it. I don't know what the obsession with orange is. Oh, well, it makes sense actually, because all the other lights in the BMW are orange. So that's probably why all these code scanners that are BMW related tend to be orange. But it feels really good. It is grippy. It has this kind of rough, plasticky rubber feel to it, kind of like the Foxwell did. It's not like a cheap feeling tacky rubber. We can see coming across the top here, we have a power button. We have a connector, which is where that other cable is going to go. And thank the gods, look at that. USB-C. We don't have micro, we don't have mini, we have USB-C. That is how you get with the modern ages. You want to see USB-C on anything. That means very, very fast transfer rates and file download speeds. And overall, that is just very future-proof. You never want to see micro USB and USB mini because the ports always wear out. And all the new MacBooks and things like that all have USB-C. So that is a great setup already. I'm already thinking this is going to be the go-to. And it has a screen protector on it. So we can leave our screen protector on this device, and then in the future when it gets super scratched up or I need to sell this or anything like that happens, maybe I want to give it to a friend, they can simply peel off the screen protector and basically have themselves a new looking screen. So I do like that. Let's go and plug this up. So you're basically going to line the two of these up together here, and then once it's plugged up, righty tighty. And now this is super secure. It feels very tight, and it really is the little things. I love that this OBD2 little port here comes with a little cover. When you need to stow this away, you don't want to throw this in the trunk of your car and risk these pins breaking. You want to be able to just cap this off. And now you can use this OBD2 cap here on basically any other scanner you own. So I do really enjoy that. I think that is such a great touch. It really is the little things sometimes. Now we know no matter where we put this thing, the port will be protected, and that is so important, guys. So now this is the ultimate test here. Please make this latch on tightly, and oh yeah, that's tighter than the other two. No movement at all. Look at this. No movement at all. Oh yeah, I had to pull that thing off. That is how you make a tight OBD2 port right there. And we can see here it powers up. Oh yeah, look at that, 96%. Is this thing wireless? Oh, it is wireless. You charge this, create change. You definitely create changes by not paying at the dealership. So we like that. Ooh, what we got here? This is nice. This is very nice. So it looks like we actually have to connect this thing to Wi-Fi to get it set up for use. And that's a bummer because I'm actually not near any Wi-Fi zones at the moment. I will be making a full separate video to review this scanner because I couldn't get to it in this video. But until then, I'll leave this as a cliffhanger. And I will say this thing is actually pretty sick. Even though I haven't used it yet, I don't think it's going to disappoint me. So we'll actually use this to go over our final thoughts of these two code scanners right here. And I'll let you know which one of these is better to buy and why. So now after hearing all of this information, you might be wondering, which code scanner should I buy? Well, that depends on the type of person that you are. I personally think for the $100 price point, the Ancel BM700 is a no-brainer. You can access so many dealership functions using this scanner and really go in depth on your car's computer, all for $100. Yeah, it doesn't have a fancy touchscreen or build quality that'll amaze you, but overall for $100, and it comes with some free goodies if you buy it on Amazon, I think it's a great product. I would definitely say for the cheapest, best bang for your buck, I mean, this is honestly it. $100, you do a ton of dealership functions. Look no further. This is going to be the go-to, in my opinion, for the cheaper price point. Now, if you're someone who values being able to get into the nitty-gritty of your BMW, all the sensors, all of the relays, every single little aspect of the car, your temperatures, etc., and you value the build quality of a product, and you want to go with a company's name that's very reputable, I think you cannot go wrong with the Foxwell scanner. The Foxwell NT510 is great, comes with this nice little carrying pouch, and overall, guys, this thing has saved me thousands of dollars. I've had this specific scanner for a good while now, going on to 2 years, and it's absolutely amazing. They push out updates online. You can hook it up to your computer and update the scanner. So I can speak on the build quality. I've left it in my car in the cold, in the heat, thrown it around, and used this thing religiously. And even then, it still performs like day one out of the box. So for that reason, just because I trust it and I've used it for a bit longer, I'd have to go with the Foxwell just for that reason. Now, if price is not a concern for you and you're a techie at heart, you love touchscreens, you love being able to interact with something that you can touch and see all of your temperatures, all of your different data, and it comes with multilingual compatibility, like price is just not a factor for you. You love having cream of the crop. I would say you cannot go wrong with the Launch Elite 2.0. This thing is absolutely sick. It's multilingual, so multiple different languages. You can plug it straight into a computer, do upgrades, look at all of your graphs and charts and everything, all on a big touch screen. That appeals to me in every way. I absolutely love tech, as you can tell by my digital dashboard and my Apple CarPlay. I love big screens and technology I can interact with and play with. So to me, this is my personal pick, just because I love technology, and this thing is sick. Having a touchscreen, like, you really can't beat having a touchscreen interface. You won't be disappointed with any of these options, but that's my personal opinion broken down. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. Drop a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment down below if you have any questions at all, and I'll be sure to reach out to answer y'all, save y'all some money, some time. And as always, I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all so much for the channel growth, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out. Stay tuned for next week's upload, where I will be doing a full in-depth review video on the Launch Elite 2.0. So go ahead and hit that notification bell.